Hi everyone, it is Sunday the 23rd of August 2020 and I'm looking at the currencies. So the first thing I'm going to do is have a look at the news, high impact news this week. I'll be keeping an eye on predominantly obviously the US dollar for now, just while there's quite a bit of pressure on the economy in particular, just noting Fed Chair Powell speaking on Thursday, and obviously jobless claims are kind of adding to the general tension. Possibly something on Friday with the Bank of England governor speaking. Oil inventory is not expecting too much from that, so most of it is really, I think, going to be focused around the jobless claims and anything the Fed might have to say with regards to any changes they might make to policies or interest rates. And so that's really going to be it. Now, then going back to the charts and having a look here at the US dollar basket. So I've been speaking in recent weeks about a retracement on the daily, looking to see price head up towards this nice little sell zone here, which would be a very nice area for price to connect not only with 945 as well as kind of the moving averages, and that would be a nice decent retracement, and the market has kind of attempted to do that and failed. It's now produced a nice bullish candle off the 93 level. And so actually, not only that, but there's some bullish divergence, and so my expectation this week, although we did have a move last week back up, and we moved, continue back down, I think that I'm expecting to see it this week back up and potentially much higher than that, potentially up towards 94.50 or 95. If I have a look at the euro dollar system, similar, having a look at this chart here as well, just looking at the price action behavior there, it's overdue for a bit of a retracement, and a pullback down towards 1.16 makes a lot of sense. So that's really predominantly what I'll be expecting, certainly the case with sterling here against the US dollar. Nice little rejection candle there of 1.33 level, combined with what's going to happen with the US dollar, makes sense to me to expect this to break below that 1.3 level and then start to head down a little bit lower, most likely towards 1.28. Having a look at the Australian dollar against the US dollar, again just noting that bearish divergence starting to come in, price bumping its head up against resistance there at around about 0.7250, and looking at the weekly price action, which looks nice and bearish. For the most part, I'll be expecting price to pull back down towards that 0.7 level as well. Kiwi against the US dollar in a nice little downtrend now. Again, it has come back into a previous level of resistance, but actually moved down to 0.64. In the context of the other charts makes a lot more sense. Then having a look at dollar yen, no clear direction here on the daily. I can see the weekly slowly but surely creeping down towards 105, potentially to break through that. That's going to be quite interesting to me. I do expect that on the monthly look at this, that it would be reasonable for buyers to come in and attempt to push this. But considering we recently had a break below that level and we're sort of drifting back down towards this, it is possible that in the future we could ultimately break outside of this range. So it's still to be seen. And I'll be much more happier to participate once I see a conviction, a follow through, and an actual break of that level and a continuation. Looking at dollar Swissy, same thing again here. There's bullish divergence. So this is very nicely inversely correlated with the euro dollar at the moment, and it's overextended on the weekly. So nice bullish candle here and a break of the high that would indicate a nice retracement back up to 0.94, and that would actually make sense within the bigger picture as well. Finally, on dollar CAD. Dollar CAD of the whole lot actually looks pretty much set to continue. It has broken through recent support at 1.33 and likely to head down towards 1.30. The uptrend that is visible on the monthly chart is pretty much broken, and so it makes as much, well, not actually, it's technically not broken, it just doesn't look as bullish as it did before. So continuation down towards 1.3 and 1.29 makes a lot more sense to me. My favorite charts, looking at the charts right now as of Sunday, are the Euro Kiwi, where I pretty much like the way prices looking at here at the moment. Some potentials for it to continue pushing to the upside. Just some nice quality trends there, but it's definitely bumping its head up against resistance at 1.82, and similarly on pound Kiwi, same thing there again. It's pulled back into those moving averages, not that overextended on the monthly time frames, but has that potential to continue on to the upside. And then a couple of the JPY charts look as though they potentially are going to change the daily trend. Other than that, not seeing too much that is catching my eye. That is nothing that stands out as the most appealing in terms of trading opportunities this week. But who knows, the conditions may change as we head out in towards Wednesday.